I want to give an overview of your electrical equipment here. Now, you're going to have a wiring diagram. It's going to be inside the enclosure. But beyond that, we just wanted to give a video overview of what we have inside here. Essentially, we have a PLC control. That's a programmable logic controller. We have a couple of power supplies, PS1, PS2, or PS3, PS2. This one is for the actual PLC. And you see we can have input and output modules, and we also have an Ethernet module. We have an Ethernet module because we have 3 PLCs, one on each one of the turners, one in the main controller, and also 2 HMIs. They communicate via the Ethernet connections. Across the top here, we have several different circuit breakers, and they're all labeled. This one is CB4, circuit breaker number 4, for VFD1. VFD1 is a variable frequency drive, and that's for the combustion controller, or combustion blower. VFD2 is for the conveyor. So we have circuit breakers. They're well marked for each one, what they actually do. So if you do have a function that's not working properly, the first thing to do would be to look at the igniters, for instance, aren't igniting. There's a relay for the igniter, and there's a circuit breaker for the igniter. On this side over here, these two are the fuses for the HMI. So each HMI has got its own individual fuse. So anytime you power up and one of the HMIs isn't working, the first thing to look at would be the fuse itself. Down here, the power supply that we have is primarily for the linear actuators. The linear actuators are 24 volt DC. Most of them max out at 10 amps. So this is a 40 amp output. We have 4 linear actuators on this module. In the others, we'll take a brief look at them as well. They all have individual power supply for the linear actuators. We have a bunch of relays here. These relays are just labeled 1 through 8. They are 8 outputs off of the output module. The modules here typically are only good for about less than an amp, and most of our load is significantly more than an amp. So the output powers up a relay, and the relay itself powers the device that you're working on. At any time, these have a manual override on them. For troubleshooting purposes, obviously this would just be for an electrician or somebody who's pretty well versed in it. You can manually override one of these if you're doing some kind of a troubleshooting. The VFDs have a frequency that they're set at. That frequency is based off of the input on the HMI. So it has a knob here to adjust it. However, because of the way that we have it jumpered inside, it's not just us, it's according to the instructions on the VFD. You can have this operated locally by this knob here, or you can have it remotely. We have it wired for remote off of the HMI. So that's basically, what I can give you in a basic overview. If you need more than that, then I think you might need a qualified electrician and to look at the wiring schematic, okay? We're gonna move over to one of the other controls here. Again, just to give you an overview, this is a controller for the turn station. And like the other, it's set up very similarly. Power supply for the PLC, input and output modules. Communication comes off of the main module here. It's got a power supply. Power supply is for all the linear actuators. Circuit breakers. Why is that one off? Or is that upside down?
No, turn it on.
Why did we turn it off? I don't know. Anyhow, VFD for this is also for the conveyor, exactly the same as the first one that we just looked at. Same with the relays. We have more relays in this one because the linear actuators actually go forward and reverse, and there are 3 of them on each station, on each carriage, plus there's the slide for that, and each one requires 2, one to go forward, one to go to reverse. And I think that's pretty much all we need to really talk about on this. Other units identical.